We are focusing on 1954 this morning, which was a big year for the Miss America pageant. It was on live TV for the first time, and 27 million people tuned in to see Lee Ann Meriwether win the crown. Like the Super Bowl and the Academy Awards, the Miss America pageant was a gather friends and family around the TV once-a-year event. What started as a way to attract tourists to Atlantic City in the 1920s became a hugely popular and anticipated spectacle once it began to be televised in 1954 when Lee Meriwether was crowned. In the 1960s, it was repeatedly the highest-rated show on television.
Miss America, ladies and gentlemen.
Over the decades, changes hit the pageant.
Use your brains, not your bodies.
Caused by a growing feminist movement, as well as the civil rights movement.
Your new Miss America, Debbie Turner.
Which led to African-American contestants finally being admitted and crowned.
Miss America, the runway is yours.
The pageant has also had its share of controversy.
I must relinquish my title as Miss America.
In 1984, Vanessa Williams had to forfeit her crown when nude photos of her surfaced in a magazine. Miss America has moved from Atlantic City to Las Vegas, from broadcast to cable, but it remains one of the iconic events in American pop culture. And joining us now, Lee Meriwether, Miss America, 1955. Phyllis George, Miss America, 1971. Susan Powell, Miss America, 1981. The current Miss America, Katie Stam, and our own Debbie Turner Bell, Miss America, 1990.
I might be letting a cat out of the bag. I don't know how many people knew I was Miss America around here.
They know now. They know now. That's right.
But I've got the crown to prove it, baby.
This was so interesting, just listening to you all looking at the clips and saying, oh, there was so-and-so, and there was so-and-so, and there was so-and-so. Yeah. For it to be on television first time, there's nothing to compare it to.
Right.
But when you walk down the street in the days afterwards, what was it like for you?
It was amazing that so many people did watch the show, and they did recognize me. Now it's a totally different story, but
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Well, that's very
You're a
sweet.
star in film and stage, Lee as well.
And went to the Today Show, right?
Yes,
Went to the Today Show. You worked at the
on
Today
the
Show
Today
with
Show.
Dave Garroway for several years.
Yes, very good.
Some of us actually remember
Thank you. Thank you so much.
that era, right?
Bless your heart.
Yeah.
Bobby Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And man, you were on the NFL Today here on CBS.
We're very proud of you.
Yeah. I mean, no women were doing anything.
Don't make me cry, Harry.
with sports, right?
No, it was
Huge.
way early, like 73, 74.
Yeah.
I did it for 10 years.
Yeah.
Got married during that time and had 2 children during that time. And people are still, I still can't believe I did it back then. What was I thinking? I need to pay the rent, I guess. But I did want to get into broadcasting.
I was a radio reporter in 1978 and went to the Super Bowl in New Orleans and crawled through a crowd. The one interview that I had to get was with Phyllis George, because this was the biggest deal there was.
There's a big documentary coming on the legend of Jimmy the Greek, and we relive all of those years. It's on ESPN next Tuesday.
I saw Jimmy the Greek in his hotel room during that Super Bowl, and he had a wad of money this big.
And a bunch of gold chains around.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Susan, I remember when she was crowned. I was sitting at home, and she sang the telephone aria. Is that what you call it? Incredible, incredible voice. Still sings to this day. She's one of the earliest Miss Americas.
She is really outstanding. I mean, what a voice comes out of this little body.
Yeah.
It really was. That was your era. Really was that era of performance, though.
Yes.
It really was.
One year after another, somebody's playing the piano and someone's singing opera.
Well, it had to do a lot with, I think, point system. I mean, at that time, Miss America, 50% was for talent. 50% of the points. Look, there I am.
Yeah.
And watch, my hair doesn't move. Era of hairspray.
Your stayed on and mine fell off.
Well, I don't know,
understand.
Phyllis. Perhaps we should talk about that.
I know, and I had to carry it.
It's a great tradition of which to be a part.
Yeah. You know what was neat, Harry, is that each of the ladies here represents not only a different era of the Miss America pageant, but it parallels what women were doing in society at that time. The pageant has grown as women have grown in our society. And so we have all these very articulate, gracious, beautiful women, except for me. I'm just straggling along. Well, no, but truly representative of how women were viewed in society. Now we have Katie, our contemporary Miss America.
Look at, that's you. That's you, Katie.
Nobody really knows that Miss America, they see the crown, like we have the crowns here today and everything, but really and truly, we were all talking in the green room about how happy we were to have the scholarship money provided. Debbie became a veterinarian. I majored in vocal music in Oklahoma City, and all these women.
We get about $45 million a year in kind.
And we were the winners. And there are millions of other stories of girls who don't go on to win, but who go to school because of it.
We're the largest source of scholarship for women.
And we have talent, a platform, scholarship. We're very different from some of the other
Because the platform became a very big deal. Now, do they still do the platform now?
They absolutely do.
Yeah, and what was yours?
Mine is promoting community service and involvement. And I believe Gretchen Carlson, 1989, the year before Debbie, was really the first year.
That was the beginning of the platform.
Actually, I was the first. My year was the first to have the official. My year was the first year to have the official title, but many Miss Americas, even back to Lee, had causes, had issues that they believed in. So Miss America was never just a pretty face after the 20s. It started off to be a pretty face and a beautiful body. Right. But these were all women with brains in their head.
Do they still do the talent competition too?
We absolutely do, and it's still 35% of your overall score. So it's still, talent is still very important, because that's what separates Miss America from everything else. That and the fact that we are a scholarship program.
And Katie, in contemporary age, not only had to compete in the pageant, but she and her fellow contestants had to go through a reality show before.
We did.
The change of time. There's a reality show.
Thank goodness we didn't have to do that. Do you know that in 2011, this program will be 90 years old? 2011, 90 years old.
We're so proud of that.
Did Bert Parks sing to you?
He sang to Sharon K. Ritchie. But I was the first one to have the song sung to me, but it was on Philco Television Playhouse. I was given the opportunity to be on the golden age of television, right toward the end of it. And they had written a show for me, Run Girl Run, and then they wrote another one, The Miss America Story, and okay, any guesses as to who sang the song to me on the show with The Miss America Story?
Oh, Bob Hope.
No. He had a strip of gray hair, and he was a singer.
Rudy Valley?
Johnny Desmond.
Johnny Desmond. Whoa.
Was the first
we'll be Googling that all
He was the first one to sing There She Is, by Bernie Wayne. Bernie Wayne wrote that for that show, and then they took it and used it on
when Bert sang it.
There was nothing like Ron Ely singing it.
Tarzan. Ladies.
And we had Mario Lopez this year. Did you all know that?
They did play a recording of Bert Parks singing There She Is.
Oh,
I got to watch.
But come on, Mario Lopez doesn't even have to talk.
Ladies, thank you.
Well,
we can go on for hours, but please do this.
We have a very special presentation because, you know, we're celebrating former Miss America's, current. We also have future Miss Debbie with a future Miss America little onesie for your
Yes, girl, thank you. She'll wear it. She'll win her own crown. Mommy won't share.
Ladies, thank you so much. Lee Merriweather, Susan George.
Phyllis.
Oh, you're just
I'm reading off of the prompter. Phyllis, I know Phyllis. I know Phyllis. Susan Powell and Katie Stan.
You will never live that down. No,
ever. Up next, more from 1954 with Herb Reed and the Platters.